What is going on, people of YouTube? My name is Kurtyoy. Welcome back to a brand new video. Lack of uploads, I know, I'll get to it, but I am struggling to hold down things at the moment. So if you don't see uploads, or they are late, or there's a lack of communication in the comment section or on Twitter, that'll be the reason why. That being said, this game week has been shite. I would like to tell you about my team, but honestly, I wouldn't. And I'm going to try and get my new series up and running for tomorrow, to coincide with the preview. It will look back at my team, the thoughts I'm having with my team, what players I'm thinking about putting in, not generally just looking at players that could be good for any team, players that would suit my team specifically. Maybe you guys can learn a bit from that, but maybe I can learn a bit from you giving me tips on my team, who knows, because my team did awful this week. Just to put it lightly, I was 8 below the average of 40, got 32 points with Kurtyoy and had Heaton in goal with Foster on the bench. Good one, Kurt, good one. But anyway, I've rattled along long enough. Let's review some of the best goalkeepers, not including Tom Heaton, but is including Federici. Now, I do Super 6. I do a lot of different sort of, gambling, but not with money sort of things like this, like Super 6, Fantasy 6 aside. I got 2 points with Super 6. I only got the Man City win, which was pretty a given. But Bournemouth went to Stoke and beat them 1-0. I didn't see that one coming. I thought Stoke would win that 1-0. But alas, it means a clean sheet for Bournemouth. Will get onto a very interesting proposition in the Bournemouth defence. But Federici, £4.4 million, and as I almost chuck up, 7 points. It was a hiccup, just to clarify. Would I bring him in? I'm not sure. It looks like he could be brought in just as a sort of, wake-up call for Artur Boruc, or just Boruc is, a bit injured. I'm not too sure, but I doubt he'll be the first-team goalkeeper for the duration of the season. Then we've got Pickford. Sunderland did well. They did really well. Hull are, a poor team at the moment, and I think they are sinking to where people thought they'd be at the start of the season. They've had their few minutes of fame. Now they're crashing back down to earth. All of a sudden, they thought, they'll beat the champions, this is going to start to look good for Hull. Then all of a sudden, lots more people are beating the champions. Quite a lot of people are beating the champions. All of a sudden, Hull are just sinking further and further down. That's the way it seems anyway. But Hull lost 3-0 to Sunderland. Very, very sorry game for them. Pickford got, a clean sheet, as you can see, and I think when I bring him in, £4.1 million, if Sunderland can keep on improving, that's 2 wins in the last 2, then, I'd say he's well worth bringing in. But, it's the risk with Sunderland. You never know what you're going to get. I believe they've got a tough game coming up next week. Might be against, a Yaya Toure as such. But Kurtyoy comes in next. £5.6 million, the first keeper to go to £5.6 million this season. Would I bring him in? Well, if you've got the money and you want a safe pair of hands, he's definitely that for this season. I've always questioned him, but, Chelsea's defence was brought into action and tested for the first time, I felt, since they've changed a lot of formations. They came through the test, and probably the best, best performance this season for them. So Kurtyoy's definitely worth bringing in. And Karius finally got a clean sheet. It just means they didn't score on the other end. So, yeah, I'm not really sure about that, but if I'd take a risk on him if you want to. Gives you a little bit of differential as well. But that being said, let's move on to the defenders. I've given myself a time limit this week, and I've still managed to go over the time on goalkeepers. So, defenders, start with. Now, I mentioned the interesting proposition. That's Nathan Ake. Now, it's interesting because £4.2 million, played in centre-back, got 15 points. Now, immediately you jump at that, but he's 4.2 because that's his first start of the season. He previously, looking at this, he come on against West Ham in Gameweek 2, against Palace in Gameweek 3. Those 2 games combined, he played 15 minutes. And he's come on this one, started away from home, grabbed a goal and a clean sheet, 3 bonus points. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. I mean, I'll have a look at Bournemouth quickly, see whether they've got no injuries. I just think it could be, a different bit of a change if Ake could play, and if he starts playing, definitely, could be a good option. And if Bournemouth can start getting clean sheets as well, that'd be nice. So keep an eye out on that one. Another one that's strange, actually, we've got a few strange on this week, is Alan Neom. Now, he's definitely someone I didn't, think. I thought, it's going to be a goal or 2 to Burnley, not a goal or 4 to West Brom. But Alan Neom has started the last few games. He's, really gone down to, I think £4.3 million. And it's interesting. It's really, really interesting because if they can start getting clean sheets now, £4.3 million for a fullback, that could attack, could get a few assists and goals. He got an assist in this game week. who knows what could happen. Moving on from that, another fullback. I say Ake's a fullback technically, but another fullback in Patrick Van Aanholt. It's one of the few people I got right on my preview. One of the few tips I gave that was a good tip. Patrick Van Aanholt, I thought he would be able to attack, at least get an assist or a goal. He did do that, and also he was fantastic defensively. You know that. I'm sure you must have seen the clip if you watched the highlights of it. You know, the double block on the line from him. He was magnificent. One of the best players on the pitch for me. And, I'd say, if Sunderland can improve, £5 million for Patrick Van Aanholt is definitely worth taking. Then we've got Seamus Coleman. Everton didn't get a clean sheet, but he did get the equalising goal. Swansea is starting to improve now, and my bet for Hull to finish bottom at Christmas slowly coming in. But Seamus Coleman, I'd say, £5 million, I'd say he's worth bringing in. Might be a bit of a risk, but I think Everton will start ironing out their defensive performances, get more clean sheets, and that means he'd be a very, very good proposition. Then we have Nathaniel Klein, got a clean sheet, really had, I think he had a good chance to win the game as well. Didn't win the game, so clean sheet is all he has, but I think if they start getting clean sheets, he can start attacking more. Who knows what could happen. And lastly, I put Cahill in here. There's a few players on 8. I put Cahill in there because Chelsea, another clean sheet. And people will look at this and think, only won 1-0 away from home against Middlesbrough. They had a few chances, a few times they nearly conceded. The point is they didn't. They got through that, they defended it well and got the ball away from danger. Another clean sheet. That's important. It shows that when they're put under pressure, they can get a clean sheet. Next thing we need is for them to concede a goal, to see how they react to it and how they go on from there. But Chelsea at the moment looking incredibly good. Tough game next week, but any Chelsea defender really is definitely worth it. Alonso, Cahill, Luiz or Azpilicueta, any one of them four, including Kurtyoy as well, I suppose, would be a really, really good proposition. And now the midfielders. You know what I mentioned about time? Well, we're over time for the defenders as well. Some midfielders is, where we're going to. Starting off, Yaya Touré's back. And although Man City fans, some of them are saying, well, you still got to do a bit more, he single-handedly won the game for them. And a game which I thought, was going to be quite an easy win, but once again, City have managed to, go 1-0 up or go 2-0 up, but they won't put the game to bed. They will allow a team to come in and that team will score, and you'll think, oh, for goodness sake, and it puts the game on tenterhooks for a good period of play. But Yaya Touré came in, got the second, won them the game. I think they were extremely fortunate to get away with that. They may be the better team, but the stats will always say that, Guardiola-like teams are the better teams because they have shots and they have possession. At the end of the day, you got to put the ball in the back of the net, and they almost failed to pick up points there. And a game week where Man United didn't, Arsenal didn't, Liverpool didn't. Good few teams lost and lost points. Man City though, and I'm really sidetracked. Yaya Touré, £7.6 million. If he continues playing, then yes, definitely worth it. Moving on to Phillips of West Brom, who I'm not sure about really. The reason for it is that he's played most of the season, but his last 2 game weeks, to be fair, goal assist, and also a clean sheet this week. Look at the fixtures, they're okay. Hull and Watford in the next 2 game weeks, but then you've got Chelsea, Swansea, and Manchester United. I'd say he's probably worth bringing in just for the next few game weeks. I've got 2 free transfers, so it's definitely tempting for me. Next up we've got Juan Mata. Again, another one really that I do feel was a bit out of favour, not as out of favour as Yaya Touré, who's coming into the team. He's grabbed the important goal that ended up getting him 3 points until Giroud came on. But Juan Mata, I'd say, is worth staying away from for now. Bit of a differential, but I'd say not worth the risk. Kurtyoy's back and scoring goals inside the first minute, 60 seconds, and that's going to do wonders because people will start bringing him in again, and it shows that he wasn't a one-hit wonder. He's still getting forward, he's still getting those chances, and Watford's games coming up: Stoke, West Brom, Everton, Man City and Sunderland. After that you've got Palace, Spurs, Stoke, Middlesbrough, Bournemouth. I'd say, bring him in. And another person that was in my team, I'm going to skip over Sigurdsson quickly, Roberto Pereira. I got rid of Pereira, did okay this week, or got rid of him quite a few weeks ago to be fair. Kurtyoy on my bench, gutted. But Sigurdsson also, he's a massive talent and a huge player, probably the best player Swansea have be heavily relied upon this season, and I think he's selected by 3.4% of people. He is one you should definitely bring in, and one that if I do go with a massive risk and get rid of Sergio Aguero, he'll be one that I bring in. Lastly, the attackers. Last up we've got the attackers, and as always I've ran over time, so Seems like a common theme, but speed run the attackers. Next up, we have Victor Anichebe, the Sunderland man. Is now valued at £4.6 million. Is it worth jumping on the bandwagon? I'd say yes, because if you get him in now, doesn't score, it's not too bad. But you got to be fair. Look at Sunderland's next fixtures. Liverpool away, could grab a goal or two there. His physicality could be a threat. Then you've got Leicester, Swansea. Teams you could probably get a goal or two in. Chelsea, tough. Watford, yeah, they could be good. Man United, tough. Burnley, yeah, could be good. Liverpool again, toughish. Stoke, toughish. It's an awkward one, but I'd say bring him in, because if he scores in Liverpool, he's going to soar up. It's the Kurtyoy effect. When he got that third, good point scoring week in a row, soared up. So I need to be definitely down. I didn't really speed run that very well. So let's get through these really quick. Harry Kane scored again and then grabbed a penalty for Nordvigt's horrific choice of actions and going down in the area. So Kane has to say, if you're looking to get rid of Aguero, you're looking to bring in a budget, or a high budget striker, Kane is your man. Defoe's next in, another Sunderland striker, one that's picking up goals, 150 in total for his whole career in the Premier League. I'd say he's a very, very good bet. Costa, he's still not got a yellow card, so we're still not sure when to get rid of him, but he's got a derby up next. If there's any game he's going to pick up a yellow card, it's going to be this one. No international break, and I don't think he's got many cup. Chelsea might be in the cup, actually. No, they're not. Knocked out, so he's got no cup to sort of fall back on until the FA Cup. Maybe he'll do it then, but who knows. Costa has still got that, that yellow card risk, so he'll be banned for a game. Rondon, £6.5 million. Really, really good against Burnley. Would I bring him in? I'd say safe looking for a budget striker. And lastly, Olivier Giroud. He's just being used at the moment when, you can chuck in everything in your fridge on, and your fridge happens to be Olivier Giroud. So, yeah, I'd say stay away from him for now. And that is that for this video. Hopefully you have enjoyed it. Please like, comment, subscribe. And how did you do in the game week? How do you think your game week went? On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm at -2. Thank you all for watching. I've enjoyed it. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Leave your comments down below. Let me know how your game week did. Any tips for next week, or tips you had right for this week or last week, sorry. Leave them all in the comment section down below. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all in the next episode. I would say have a good game week, or hopefully had a good game week. But yeah, new videos hopefully every day this week. Peace.